Hi, welcome to the Digital Man's YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. The idea of the page is to bring the latest digital technology and executions in front of you um, so that you can yourself run the ads. Now, we will begin by running a Facebook ad. And before we do that, we need to realize that there are three primary components to a Facebook ad. The first is a campaign. The second is the ad account, and the third is the ad set. To break it down, the campaign is where you have all the objectives. Your objectives can range from awareness, consideration, and conversion. The ad account is your account where you will be providing the fund for the campaign. The ad set is where you will be defining in very basic terms the targeting. That includes the audience, the placement, the budget, and the schedule, and other features such as day parting and flighting your campaign. The last and most important part of the campaign is the ad, which is where you upload or select the creative. Let's begin by running a very simple and a very common campaign, which is the engagement campaign. Now, the objective of the engagement campaign is to get more post engagements, page likes, event responses, or offer claims. Let's begin. Now, we would primarily like to go for post engagement, where we are charged for any engagement that pertains with the post or the creative. Page likes, as the name suggests, is for attaining page likes or fans on your brand's page. Event responses is to get more engagement and responses on your event. Let's go ahead and give our post engagement campaign a name. Let's call it the Digital Man Test 1. At the moment, we will not be deploying the creative split test or the budget optimization feature. We want to try out and execute a very plain and simple campaign. Since this is the first campaign from this ad account, we'll go ahead and select the setup ad account. Now, we are done with the campaign part. This part is something that you will not have to do for each campaign. Since this was the first campaign from this test ad account, that's the only reason why you see it here. So it will be the campaign, the ad set, and the ad. We're done with the campaign and we've moved on to the ad set part. Let's give our ad set a name, the Digital Man Campaign 1. Now, under one campaign, which also means under one objective, you can have multiple ad sets. Now, what multiple ad sets helps you to do is it gives you the opportunity to have multiple targetings and multiple ad groups. So let's call this ad set name 1, or let's call it meal. Now, we do not have a saved audience at the moment, so we will go ahead and create a new audience. Let's explore the custom audience feature at a later stage. For now, let's target Pakistan. We would like to choose the age demographics from, let's say, 15 to 60, and we want to target men. We want to target people who speak English and, let's say, Arabic. In detailed targeting, we have features such as demographics, interests, or behaviors. Let's go ahead and choose an interest. Let's say somebody who plays football. So, somebody who's interested in football or interacts with content that's related to football, that's the kind of audience you want to target. Let's say basketball, and we have basketball. So, so on and so forth, you can add and continue to add interests. Also, you can also exclude people. So you do not want to target people who play golf. I hope it makes sense. If not, leave your comments or queries in the comment section below. This is something that Facebook offers for you to expand your interests when it may increase post engagement at a lower cost per engagement. Add a connection type. I can target people who are just on my page or maybe who haven't liked my page so far. Right now, I would like to keep the campaign open and maybe save this audience as the digital man section. Mail section. Once I'm done with that, once my audience is saved, I will move down and I can either leave it to automatic placements where Facebook will automatically optimize where to serve my ad wherever it finds a piece of vacant inventory, or I could specifically choose where to run my ad. So, from the Facebook family of apps and sites, I can choose between Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, Messenger. For those who do not know what Audience Network is, it's sites or publishing websites or apps that are on the Facebook Audience Network, which is the Facebook advertising network. Let's say when I choose Facebook, I want my ad to be served on feeds, instant articles, in stream videos, suggested videos. Whereas on Instagram, I want it on the feed. And on the Audience Network, I have it on the in stream videos and the native banners and interstitials. Why should I turn one of these off, or why should I leave all of them on? Let's say we have a creative that's optimized or created specifically vertical for my story or my Instagram story. So I would turn off my Facebook and maybe turn off my audience network to serve it just on Instagram. But in order to not limit my inventory, I'll need to check my estimated daily results and my audience size. The more specific I get, the more narrow I make it, the more my audience pool decreases. Right now, it's fairly broad. So for now, I'll go ahead and select Facebook as well. Yes, I would like to serve my ad on all mobile devices, or I could specifically, maybe if I want a creative just for mobile, I'll choose mobile and then I can choose accordingly. It's very simple and it's fairly straightforward. Now we move on to the budget. This is one part where people mostly get confused and um, sabotage their campaigns. Often, instead of choosing lifetime budget, we set the daily budget and we tend to overspend or not spend as the campaign was supposed to spend. When would I choose daily budget? I would choose a daily budget when I have to exhaust a certain amount in a single day. Whereas a lifetime budget, if my campaign is for, let's say, 3 days. So if we say if our campaign is for 3 days, and if I give Facebook, let's say $100, Facebook will distribute these $100 automatically within the 3 days. Whereas if I were to give it, let's say, 25 or 35 per day, it will exhaust just the 35 in a day, whether or not the inventory is, let's say, maybe not relevant. So within 3 days, if I give it a lifetime budget, the algorithm or Facebook knows that it has to distribute the $100 within 3 days while finding the relevant audience without wasting my money. Now we move to the optimization part of it. Do you want to optimize the post for impressions, post engagement, or daily unique reach? Please understand that there is a variety of audience on Facebook. Some engage with posts, some do not. Some simply scroll through the timeline and very rarely engage with the comment section or the emoticons or share the post for that matter. So right now, let's just go ahead and select post engagement. We are not at the moment setting a bid cap. We will be getting charged for 8,000 impressions. Earlier, we had the option of getting charged for every engagement, but the reason why Facebook discontinued that is because there are lots of people on Facebook who are. How often is it that when you are on Facebook and scrolling through the timeline, do you actually stop on your timeline and like something? Very rarely, right? So, in order to avoid wastage of um, ads and wastage of your money, Facebook has left it to impressions. And while doing that, it optimizes for post engagement and targets it to the relevant audience. Delivery type is standard. We are running ads on all time. If we wanted to keep a flight plan or day parted or serve it on specific hours, if it's a time bound campaign, we would select run ads on a schedule. Right now, we are going to run ads all the time. Right now, a delivery is standard. We want it to pace accordingly and on its own speed. We do not want to accelerate the campaign and waste our budget. Moving on to the next step. Let's say I'll give this let's say I'll give this ad a name, male demographic. We have chosen our page. We do not have an Instagram page at the moment. Um, we are not creating an ad. We are using a post from the timeline. So we have selected this post from our feed. As you can see, this is how it will look on the mobile news feed, on the desktop news feed, in the instant articles, and it's not applicable on some of the formats because we haven't chosen a video. You can also enter a post ID if you cannot find your post over here simply by copying the piece of code or number in your URL of the website. So we selected the objective. We already had the ad account. We have decided targeting, and now we have chosen a creative. There are times when you would want to upload a creative or run a campaign specifically as an ad and maybe not publish it on your timeline or on your Facebook page. And that's when you create an ad, which is also in digital terms called a dark post. We'll just go ahead and confirm. do not have a payment method yet, so we can't go forward. If we did, we would land up here, and in a separate video we'll break down and go through the ads as well. For now, thank you for watching. If you did like the video, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share and like the video. Thank you so much. We'll be back soon with another video.